Boom. Let's Be Honest podcast, maddest podcast, baddest podcast, and the saddest podcast. And today, we're in Eastern Portland with Mr. Eastern Portland himself, Isat Buchanan. Welcome, G.
Big up yourself.
You know, he's no stranger to the show, but I think this episode is a different type of episode because, you know, the first episode, you were the lawyer. Now you're the MP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, because really and truly,
So you want to just add the lawyer MP?
the lawyer MP.
Yeah, all right.
There we go. There we go. Congrats. Let's start off here.
My respect.
Congrats. And let's talk about this campaign and why Eastern Portland was the constituency Mark Golding or yourself chose to represent.
All right, I'm going to start by saying Portland Eastern chose me.
Mm-hmm.
Coming last year, literally last year, coming off the Vybz Cartel case, the victory on a podcast, Andre Stevens show, host every Friday night, and conversations pre-conference was, if you were to go into politics, where would you go? And I wasn't really into politics. I said, listen, Jamaica would have to choose that. And then in the comments, come to Portland. There's this big St. Thomas, Portland kind of vibe. And then when I look, Portland Eastern was just so overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to the conference and then after that, I didn't even know that it was an open seat or anything like that. But coming off after the conference, I saw a post on CVM that I was the next candidate. When I inquired from the party date and was like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but look like they're requesting you right there. What you say, these things, when it come, you have to just pick up the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say, you know what? Talk to my parents, talk to my family, and say, yeah, I'm going to try this. And here we are now.
Are you a native from Portland
Not a
Eastern?
native, but I have family here.
Okay.
Yes.
So what gave you that confidence though going up against Anne-Marie Vaz? Because, you know, as Daryl Vaz was stated, it is Vaz land, right? And then now you don't have a political career per se. It's not like say you ever in the PNP or you know you go up the ranks.
No, but I was the head of the human rights. I was the chairman of the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
Always PNP. So let me tell you, Mark Golding. My first conversation with Mark Golding was while I was just really punishing the Jamaica Labour Party on the Constitution and human rights issue. At the time, Malahoo was the Attorney General, and she would just lose and lose on the constitutional issues. And Mark Golding says, hey, I'm going to make you the human rights chair. It's an independent commission. You know, you can monitor human rights and you can advise the party on the way to go. This was in the heights of the state of emergency when myself and John Clark, we took down the state of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the post, took the position, and the People's National Party under Mark Golding, I can tell you, stands for respect of human rights and inclusion of the people. So that was my political introduction into politics.
Yeah. So what gave you the confidence now for say you go up against Anne-Marie Vaz?
Anne-Marie Vaz.
Yeah.
Confidence and Anne-Marie Vaz.
Yeah. Action Anne.
No, man. The question, I've been on this show before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't ask what gave me the confidence. It is always, when I'm in the arena, you should ask the people, are you sure you want to compete?
Mm.
And so there was never a doubt in my mind that when I'm sent here, that the outcome wouldn't have been this.
You think people doubted it though?
Did they doubt me with the cartel? Having Tom Tavares, Vincent, Casey, and Valerie Nita and everybody, did they not doubt me?
They did.
Yeah. So no confidence in self, you're twice defeated in the race of life. But like all things, there's a difference between social media, which is PR politics, and politics on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm young in politics, but I'm not young in life. and I'm not disconnected from the people. I am the people.
Yeah.
So when you walk Portland, you were here earlier, you see the interaction with myself and the people. It is not generic, it's organic, because I'm from them. I mean, you can't deny the fact that I am a maroon. Moortown is here. You can't deny the fact that I'm a black man, a strong black man, a brilliant one, an educated black man. And in all of this, there was some disconnect that they keep on missing the fact that I'm the lawyer that went to the Privy Council. So this for me is another chapter in my life. I respect Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, and the People's National Party for giving a two-time convict the opportunity to, or did I leave out the deportee part? The opportunity to represent, showing all of Jamaica, especially the ones that had brushes with the law, people who were deported, that second chances, rehabilitation, it is an important part of the process of life. The criminal law was not to punish you and discard you for the rest. It is a corrective measure. So where I am today, I hope that there can be some balance that people can see that we want our citizens to be the best versions of themselves. So that's where my confidence comes from.
When people mention your past with your offenses, is that an attempt to break you? I really see you as somebody where, as I say, a perfect example of what a second chance should look like. And then when I see people saying that, drug smuggler, all of that, how you navigate through that? Because, one thing the media will comment every day as well. But over and over and over, we see 100 commenters say the same thing. Sometimes it bother me, I'm not gonna lie. And then you're up on the forefront of this, right? This is the whole country. And then you're going for a position of leadership. And people are saying, yo, you don't really trust this man?
All right, you ever watch The Lion King? All right, well, Mufasa show up in the water and he says, Simba, remember. That's big youth in my life. My father always tell me to remember who I am. Who talks about my convictions more than me? So when silly people in the social media space who they don't do research, they don't have, they don't even know me, but they form opinions and then the wagonists jump off and they try to paint a narrative. It's called ad hominem, attacking the person. It's a fallacy in logic that if you can't argue the facts, if you can't argue the law, you just go and attack the person. I've gotten the worst thing said on the internet. I've seen the comments, even ignoring it, was when somebody said that my mother is my sister. And they were is
that a compliment?
A compliment?
Yeah, but they must say your mother look young.
No. My mother is my sister, saying that my father impregnated his daughter and I'm an incest baby.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy for sir.
And it's one thing to call me ugly and say my hairline and recede and me everything bad. I can go as far as, the worst thing you can say about any Jamaican man is that him is a chichi man. Your baby mother, when she vex with you, look you dead in the face and call you that. So that don't bother me. But to say my mother and my father related and I'm the product of that, that's when I know it's an all-time low and it's not personal to me. It's the fact that I enter a space where people thought they were entitled. In Jamaica, nepotism runs free. A lot of people who have merit, and not because you're sitting here, but I saw you go up for the Prime Minister's Award and did not get it. In what world is that possible? In the world of nepotism, it is. So there are those who are more capable than others and is deprived. Because if you go in spaces where you're greater than people, they try to make you small. My only advice is don't make people small you up. And I never allow people to do that. So use your keyboard. It might not be an iPhone, might not be a Galaxy. Whatever phone you have, freedom of expression is yours. It's not going to stop me, because check the comments right when I'm saying this. All the people who says you're not going to win, go home now, you're broke, you know, no money, Cartel now help you. They're now saying Cartel help you, that's why you win. And he's never set foot in Portland. They'll say you can't win because Action and her husband them rich, and you can't go up against big money. But power is in the people, and love and organic self, your true self, it will mash up anything. Just ask Obama. He went up and everybody gave him $1 and he had millions of dollars to run his campaign. There is a method to the madness.
Mention Chichiman thing. When Darrell Voss played that song, you know, which was like a throwaway song towards you. If that was too low.
Why was there an assumption that it was towards me? I'm not the candidate. Yeah? I'm not the candidate. I don't know if he's making references to people in his party. Because a lot of times people mix up people. So it could be the wrong Rasta man. I don't know.
Could be.
But let's just put it this way. You can throw out your innuendos. This is in the context that, and I'm addressing this on your show. When I entered this space, no member of parliament died. No councillor died. No murders took place to put me in power. In fact, this is one of the most peaceful elections. People might be offended by freedom of expression, which is what Darrell and his wife did. But I can tell you, when you look at the core issues, when people want to self-project and deflect, I won't be a part of that. So you're free to say anything and people are free to assume. So coming off, again, social media where I entered representation of Vybz Cartel and Sir P was calling him World Sprat and Tom Fishson and Bert Sprat. I wake up one day and Sir P is saying, I Sprat, Buchanan. And I tell you, I rate Sir P. Biggest clown on the internet. Like I'm really saying that. But he's making his money. In fact, I give you credit, Sir P, The Fix, all of them. I'm not gonna call everybody name. I give you credit for monetizing the space. People want entertainment, and I just think social media is entertainment. I think that a lot of the campaign was about a feel-good vibe and forgetting that we are campaigning for the opportunity to change people's lives. I think they missed that and spent too much time trying to attack me rather than dealing with the issues. And at the end of the day, words don't mean nothing. Come touch me now, touch a button now. That's when it gets serious. So he's saying that in the space, but at the same time, very respectful when you're on the platforms, time and place. So the people must never forget that at the end of the day, politicians, a lot of them are family and friends. And when the door closes, they're in their villas, they're at their beach parties, they're drinking rum and Red Bull while your life hard and you suffer. Don't put your life on the line for no politician. Yeah?
Naturally.
And that's just my advice to people. I hope I answered your question.
No, you definitely did.
Okay.
Vybz Cartel.
Talk about
What's the relationship with you and Vybz Cartel right now?
Vybz Cartel, big superstar, former client that I freed from murder. I'm a brethren. And he is a businessman whom I respect and rate. People will soon understand why it was important that Vybz Cartel never clown out himself like Vegas. Yeah? In fact, I can go as far as saying if we check history, Donald Trump showed the entire world that when it comes to the political process, we don't care if you're Beyonce,
Or
Jennifer Lopez, Taylor Swift. You can bring out Madonna. You can dig up Tupac. You can all throw Bob Marley in the mix. Yeah? It no matter. The people have real issues that you have to deal with. And so the man tore from Freedom Street till now and tour not done.
Yeah.
He's about his money. So you'll have those who are upset and he's in the world where people are criticizing whether his shows are good, but he's getting paid. He didn't interfere into a space and give people the opportunity to say that I was parading a murderer in Portland and wanted to bring crime and violence here, which is totally not true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about the issues and I'm about the people, just like how I freed Vybz Cartel and I freed a man 50 years and I stopped the government from bulldozing people's houses. That is what I am about. So the people can say what they want to say in the space.
So you feel like it's an attempt to take away what you're trying to bring to Eastern Portland?
What, the Vybz Cartel?
Yeah, that like you only win because of Cartel.
No, well, the same Cartel cases, I can't win the case. And then when I win the case, they say, well, it was easy to win. People will always want to take credit from me. Right now, I am officially... See there? This is my certificate.
Yeah.
It's the first I've ever received a certificate. It's usually certificates, but this is Parliament. Yeah, there's no education.
And recount and everything.
This is the official certificate. So I show you that to say that I don't think that people can appreciate that no matter how you scream and carry on the internet, the facts are the facts. Reality is reality, and you have to live with how it is. So, even in this, it's a bitter, sweet victory. My party never win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 more years of bro God and his cronies, who are now my colleagues, who are sad that I am their colleague and however they think. But we need to focus on rehabilitation, time and place for everything. I'm a statesman now and an attorney who is expected to respect even the Prime Minister and the ministers and the members of Parliament and work together to find solutions for the better good of Jamaica. I'm unbothered by criticism because I do what I need to do. I am so connected to God that I don't walk away from humility.
Mm-hmm.
I stay grounded.
Yeah. So now, action on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Social media was in a big uproar.
Mm-hmm.
More than even Mark losing or Andrew winning. It was, how did Isat won the seat? And if you even look pre-elections, everybody was like, well, all we know is Action Ann is going to win her seat because she's been putting in the work. It's been documented. And she not just do it for election time. She been doing it. And then
Stop right there. I know this is your show. I'm giving you one opportunity to tell me what she did.
And that's what I'm going to tell you now. Well, let me change something.
Okay.
The perception is that she been working before election time. And then one thing I can go and say based on what I see on social media is that she fixed up roads.
Okay.
So
hold on. If I take a picture in front of a road, did I fix the road?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I don't think the outrage is about Action and check for yourself, Jeffrey. The day in December 12th, 2017, I became an attorney on my birthday. Look at the public outrage. Lawyers get called to the bar 276 every December. That's the amount of lawyers. Check the outrage. I did the Rasta case, outrage. I stopped the state of emergency. This identical public outrage. Free Vybz Cartel, outrage. Yeah? There was a point when I traveled with Vybz Cartel when he was sick, and we went to St. Vincent. People said, when me are doing a private jet, me turn security guard, public outrage. Now he has lawyers traveling up and down and other people who
No
are
outrage.
no outrage. It's quite okay for, I don't know what quality of people they are, but it has always been me.
Mm-hmm.
So when people saw 63 candidates and I was one of them, it was a problem for some people. My only response to that is, let's not, I am not going to encourage people who support me to tear her down. I don't believe in tearing down people. That's why when I ran my campaign, I never once had to say anything that was derogatory or disrespectful to her, even though she directed the disrespectful vitriol at me. But to say that all of her accomplishments, I know candidates, brand new candidates that brought life and hope to other constituencies that took down juggernauts. Pernell Charles lost to Dr. Fenton Ferguson, and he was so hurt. He got his daughter, Michelle Charles, to avenge him, and she took down Dr. Fenton Ferguson, and Dr. Fenton Ferguson says, this shall not happen. And he sent Rose Shaw, and he took down the Charles. And there's the days of our lives in the political space with how some big candidates got run out of their constituencies, having built schools, having fixed roads and give water and send almost 2,000 people go to foreign, and then can send down barrels with, I don't know what is in it. But the thing about it is, the Constitution speaks about the voting process. You have the right to vote. And there was a time, Paul Bogle and George William Gordon died so people could vote. They were divvying up land because there was a time when you had to have land to vote. Now, people just get up in the morning, get them voter ID, enumerate, and they have all the power in the world to say stuff like, my spirit not take you.
That's it.
You know, come cream me here, me nah vote for you. Me no see you wind up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And I pop it and drop it like a good skettle. Me nah vote for you. That has become the culture rather than thinking about the generations that follow. So I came to Portland and I'm saying to people, I'm the least among you. As a 2-time convict deportee, you can't have your good son and daughters and not want them to be lawyers. If like how they feel about me, if a dirty convict boy like Isat Buchanan can turn lawyer and go speak before the Privy Council and is now a member of Parliament, the possibilities are endless for the sons and daughters of Jamaica. Jay, I want you and all young people to be better than me. You know what type of Jamaica we would have? If our young become better than I am.
Which kind of, you know my bias towards which party me support already, which was kind of crazy in terms of what Mark was proposing in terms of the first in the house.
In the house.
And then land. I don't think people understand how important owning something really is.
Portland Eastern understand how important it is. Because the day somebody announced that this was not Portland, but another type of land, I won't say it out of my mouth. I'm not psychotic. Yeah? They responded. You cannot be in Jamaica and at some point in your life before you die, you or your family is not a co-owner. As in, you must have title to land. Jamaica missed an opportunity for the reduction of the years when you're on crown land to adverse possess it. We still believe, like the Vavavoms do, that squatting is so nasty. But when they see a piece of land that they want, they adverse possess it.
Yep.
Yes, and they call their little friend Daryl and Omar and, Anne, and see if they can adverse possess it. They don't even pay for it, They adverse possess it, and it works for them. But when the Devon and the Sharon dep on a piece of land and put a piece of boardhouse on it. Here comes the forestry department and say, yo, come off, and treat you like your dog.
Yeah.
We are going away from that. And I'm saying a part of being better land ownership, education for your kids. If you're in the rural Jamaica, you can own your business. You can be a doctor, lawyer, and a farmer. We must focus on food security. We must focus on just uplifting the human dignity meter.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. And they miss that. What I will say is that at the end of the counting, whatever amount of candidates the People's National Party has, there must be on certain issues, including the land issue, a space where we get titles in the hands of the people.
Naturally.
That's what I'm going for.
I trust me, and that's something where resonate with me, because me and family fight over land.
Yeah.
Fight over land. Land I never live on, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact say it up and down, and it come from generations, and you hear say that grand uncle here did do this for the land and this, so that is definitely something where I don't understand what people never there understand. I think one thing I can commend the Jamaica Labour Party is that them PR and them marketing is very good. For instance, you go boom, and you'll come and say, you know what, Portland mega build a tertiary education over here. First thing I'm gonna ask you as a comrade, where you get the money?
Mm-hmm.
But if Andrew said he might go build Jamaica to look like Dubai, no questions asked. The public will not ask a question.
That is so, but it is about, I will say this, because I make the impossible possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've tried and proven that no. At least 2 times. And it's more than that, because being called to the bar was the impossible feat. That's the first time I knew that all things were possible. And from that, I'll say this to you. You're 100% correct about the messaging. The problem is, you see, the PR stunts is what's damaging this country. It's either you can do it or you can't.
Oh.
And if you can't, you really ought to step aside, because then you are actually raping and robbing the country of better. I'm telling you this, I don't care how smooth a road is. If I can't bathe, if I can't live good, yeah? If I can't experience what it feels like to be a human being. Conversations with my constituents is, hello, do you know what it is to be a human? The response sometimes is what at, because they forget. For instance, look how hard I had to fight for servant work.
Mm-hmm.
And my constituents can now say, see the map and the bucket here. Yeah? See the broom and the rake here. Go do the work. Because I put you in, I will take you out. Yeah? Fortunately for me, I've been wearing a suit and I know the arena, so I'm not frightened over any elevation that comes with being a member of parliament to somehow feel like you're better than people. You have to meet people at the level. What Andrew is good at is to selectively say, I come from a 1 boardroom house and is far removed from that.
2 taxi.
And 2 taxi. Yeah? Big top lawyer don't even own a taxi. Yeah, I'm just putting that out there to say that what's missing in the conversation. Good for you and your 2 taxi and your millions of dollars. What about us? And that's where the messaging felt short, because we're saying we're giving you all of this, but when you look, there was way before us. Kind of like how black people come, they say forget about the 400 years of slavery, but we're 400 years behind and we're never going to catch up. Mm-hmm. Some of us are extraordinary people, and so we live in as humans, and people upset when some of us escape the matrix. But the People's National Party tried to tell you, yo, $3.5 million is no money. You shouldn't pay taxes on it. That's a reality, you know.
That's a reality.
People, because they never see $3.5 million and know they'll never make that in their lives, it doesn't even compute. And so they don't realize that less than that, you're getting to have all of the money and you're not paying any taxes. That's significant, because if I have a brethren that's working $3.5 million, I can say, yo, you're not paying a tax, you must can give me a money.
Naturally.
It changes the dynamics and the conversation. It also means that for many of our families, one of us is a lawyer and the doctor brother who is taking care of his entire family, and the lawyer sister. And that she will have more money to
and that matters to our household. I can tell you personally, I know I'm doing enough for my family just with me I go about myself, the things that me I achieve, and them things they motivate, because when you can know somebody, know of somebody, when you know some, like for instance, I come here, so I'm like, I probably should go to law school. I be arguing a lot. I probably should go to law school.
I encourage you to do that.
Yeah, so who knows? And people want to see these things, not hear about them. You see, man, for see, say your big brother or your cousin or, your siblings, anybody, a family friend, say, you know what, I'm going to use this opportunity, I'm going to go to school, because I'm not always pro school, I'm pro knowledge, if you get the difference, but schooling matter. Getting certified matter. It matters a lot.
Let me tell you something. For this win, I give it to my mother. And I must say this to you. Artists me did want to do it, want to be,
So I feel like such.
Jesus, peace on, but double blast is an understatement. Can't make a song where we can take flight. But jokes aside, my mother always say, yo, go get your education. And I go get the education for her. Not for me, So me not like school. And here it is. Because I listened, look what my life is now. The significant thing about what you're saying is after I become a lawyer, my niece that never wanted to do law, because I was in law school when I was encouraging her. She was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that foolishness. She gets her law degree and she's in law school. My aunt as well. So I see my family taking that on because they now know that it's something doable. And I'm saying to all children in Jamaica, if it were up to me, man, everybody would have been a lawyer. And certainly in Portland, where I have the conversations with members of the JCF, I'm saying, man, after 5 years in the JCF, you should be in law school. Make it happen. I'm not telling you to stop being a police officer, but be the officer that has the law degree. And as you get older, you transition and get the practicing certificate and then uplift yourself. We want that. That has to be our vision. So nothing is, they just don't tell us. And that's a problem I'm having, is that it's just one set of people wanting to be educated. I'm telling you, some of us, I'm not the judge of this, but some of us are so great. With anything we touch, just flourish. That's a blessing from God.
Yeah.
And we're no longer in our tribes from our African descent. So we don't know when the elder come and bless your forehead and say, you're the king warrior, you're the craftsman, you're the mason, you're the builder, and let you know from your spiritual power, what is it that you are?
Actually, I want to ask you a direct question.
Sure.
Do you think that Anne-Marie was a good MP?
If I think she was a good MP?
Yeah.
First of all, this is where you're going to get me in trouble. Before I was even a politician, Dr. Andrew Holness, is a genius. I honestly believe, and they're going to kill me for this one, but I'm going to answer you honestly. I believe he took up a bunch of minions. The greatness that I was talking about, none of that is there. Ordinary, generic people. And he put them behind him. And they ride on his wave. And without him, that whole party, you can just dash it in the garbage. There's no succession over there. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, that's my assessment. And I know what Portland said is education matters. Portland says that there is substance, and I can tell you this, check the history from time memorial. If I said that correctly, they might punish me for that. It was doctors and educated people that became the member of parliament in this space. And so what we want for our politicians is persons who have capacity to draft bills, capacity to interpret law and legislation. And even though the representation of people act say you can just get up and
Be an MP.
be an MP, the quality of the person when it comes to capacity was lacking.
Mm-hmm. So that's a no.
That's people. Well, I can't say no because you see how the other people who are, saying she was.
Okay.
How that's an assessment for the people. What I will say is, I cannot take away from the fact that she connected with a group of people who the response is she's nice. The response is she's pretty, she's beautiful, her hair is blonde, her skin is white, she knows to dance, and people like that. It's a part of the constitutional process. Remember I said, my spirit not take you, it done this so. And it forms a part of the freedom to choose, the right to participate in the political process. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But the people deserve better, and they now have that.
So now, for my next question, what can Eastern Portland look out for?
Eastern Portland can look out for the heat. It is transforming the health system, transforming the education system, transforming the agricultural sector, transforming tourism, combining those ministries, albeit in opposition, to resurrect the economy, which is now dead. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm seeing on social media that the Prime Minister is not going to work with me, and so people mustn't worry there will be sabotage. That didn't come from him. So I'm not worried about that. That's what advocacy is about. So they can expect that. But most importantly, I will be launching the DEEP program. That's the Digital Economy Educational Program. So it definitely will be a space where we teach young people how to compete with you.
You me?
Yeah, you monetize social media in such a way.
And I'm at first.
No, you and many others, but I'm saying monetizing social media. And there is Bitcoin, there is, but you know how to make the social space and the digital economy work for you. That's what this is about. That's why when you say to me, I'm going to interview you, I never say no. Can't say no. Because it is a space that is real. It is a space that possibly is why, I know, not possibly, it has contributed tremendously to why I'm the member of parliament now.
Yeah. So, in terms of what I've been seeing on social media, a lot of people are talking about beach access. The fishermen have said they not have access to the water.
That's so.
How do you plan to rectify that?
Listen, man, tackling this issue, dealing with it. Since I've been here, I have requested who is responsible for closing the parish council road and putting security guards at the Blue Lagoon. Who's responsible for stopping the activities? It's a rhetorical question, but now that I'm the member of parliament, those are answers that will have to come to me. And what is going to follow is a restoration of the activities that can allow the rafters on the Blue Lagoon to start to make back the $100,000 a day to deal with a heritage site that is Blue Lagoon and allow them to make money. Ensuring that when it comes to the land that the people at Prospect is on, that they have put up no trespassing signs with an intention to disenfranchise the people, to restore that to them. As I said, I think there has to be a pathway, a gateway to land ownership, and I'm focusing a lot on that. I've already set up a committee with persons with the capacity to ensure that if you don't have title to the land, we get you that. There is a case called Recreational Holdings Limited that speaks about adverse possession and whether people know it or not. You're on the land for 12 years. If it's private land, it's already yours. It's just an application that needs to be made so you can get the title. And I'm going to spend the next 5 years ensuring that people have title, as well as identifying housing solutions, because that's important to me.
What's next for the PNP? And how are you guys taking this loss?
I should ask Jamaica how they are taking the loss, because they missed the opportunity for one of the greatest men in Jamaica to represent them as a prime minister. Something that a lot of times people don't know because they're robbed of it. That is what the Caribbean region means, what Caribbean integration is, and look at who the leaders are, and note that almost majority of the leaders across the Caribbean are lawyers. It comes with a certain competence where leadership is concerned. Mark Golding has the record for legislative drafting, introduction, and passing legislation that benefit the people. I'm not even going to say it on the show, there's just people who need to understand that if you want better, your nose have to run. I'm going to just leave it at that. But for the PNP, Jamaica, fret not thyself. What Dayton Campbell, as the GenSec, and what our party leader has done is solidify that the PNP is alive and kicking. And I'm even encouraging the candidates who would have lost to not feel any way. We have to continue the mission to rid Jamaica of corruption. We have to continue the mission for those who don't know and can't even fathom what it is to be a human being. We have to get that to them. And most importantly, public education about your rights and the Constitution. We're going to continue that. And I'm confident, and I'm going to speak it now, that Mark Golding will be the Prime Minister of this country. And I'm going as far as saying, because I speak things into existence, the turnaround time for another election is going to be very short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question. This particular election, there are a lot of coincidence with this election. I don't know if that's something you want to touch upon. Like, for instance, the Wi-Fi, the signal dropping, people on social media posting cars with ballot boxes going all over the place. Like, you think there was any wrongdoings in this election?
Here's what I'm saying. The minute I saw the Prime Minister tweaking up in Starlink, yeah, we're pocket not small. We go get with Starlink too. So even 2-3 days before the election, signals down and phone. So there was not ability to interact with your campaign team because the digital space is failing you. What I will say about the EOJ, certainly in Portland Eastern, is no kumpi couldn't go on. Yeah? A lawyer is in town. And I know Damien was referring to his colleagues when he says one by one they'll be going to jail. But when I was adamant, now buy no vote. If you approach me, just me want to see your face, because I got jail if you try that. You get what I'm saying? Not in Portland. Other spaces, I leave it to my brother and sister candidates to speak up for themselves, get the lawyers to speak out about the irregularities. But everywhere in the world, when the loser loses, they will complain upset that the process wasn't fair. For me, if you're vigilant and proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's what they say. I can't complain in Portland Eastern, and they'll say, yeah, but you win. That's why you say that.
That was gonna say.
Yeah, they're gonna say that. But what I will say is the EOJ was above board and displayed the highest form of integrity.
In Portland.
Okay. For those who are in other spaces, and that's the fight that will come, weeding out the corruption, weeding out the morally bankrupt. And I'm happy that the party is strengthened so that there are more voices to be able to do that. And they can't say, over there and then a little bit shut up. Because I can tell you, I'm happy to be the least among the greatness that's in the People's National Party right now.
How does Eastern Portland hold you accountable?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, you never put in a thief. That's the start. I'm not Alibaba. And there is something called self-check integrity. I can define it. It's doing the right thing even when no one is watching. That is so important. So they can hold me accountable because I don't make promises that I can't keep. And it's a community thing. This is our win, It's not my win, You're not celebrating me, the servant. You're celebrating the people for speaking up for themselves and they will say what it is that they want. And we're going to change lives. So if this is a report card, you'll get the opportunity to
I'll definitely offer that, for sure.
To grade me in the end and check the progress. You see what I'm going? That's it.
Voting styles and like tradition. People, I'm born PNP, I'm born JLP. You think that's a bad thing?
It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. I am hoping that, listen, the amount of disrespect, I have to just laugh, that I get from persons who are die-hearted laborites. And I've seen them struggle because they want to speak to me, but they can't. Because if they speak to me, they're going to love me. So they don't look at you. They don't want to touch you because they know that if they touch the hem of your garment, your blood will make them whole. Kind of like I don't want the blood of Jesus on me. They don't want you to baptize them. They don't want you to uplift them because their mother would turn in their grave. It's so profound. But what I will say is voters should vote for the betterment of their lives. Voters should look what is going on and ensure that they're included in the advancement of society. The biggest failings of the government that remains the government of the day is that they never included the people. I'm sure they don't intend to include them. The party itself has a history of excluding the people. You don't believe me? In Portland Eastern, I campaigned and did my research. The Jamaica Labour Party since 1962, not despite having Portland Eastern more years than the People's National Party, had only built 11 houses.
With so much developers?
Tell me if you like the people. And when somebody says, what's the report card of the outgoing MP? Did you build a house? If the answer is yes, then you get a C. If the answer is no, I leave it to the second marker to grade it. But the things that matter to the people, including in 2025, we have to be worried about water. That has to change.
So in 2025, as you say, how still here?
Corruption.
I saw a video with Mr. Bloomfield, rest in peace, where he was saying that he didn't get the budget to fulfill certain things. How we tackle that? We're knowing that you're a member of the opposition, but you're also the MP. Is that case where people will withhold money from you?
I woke up before I got my certificate. People, it's a certificate, but apparently when you're a member of parliament, it has to be certificate because not all of them are educated. But yeah, the minute that they saw that they have come to the reality that I'm the next member of parliament, the voice notes have come out. Not to worry. Labour rights, the Prime Minister now give him no money. We will sabotage him. And people are cheering. Like I said, it's advancement for the people. One thing I can promise, you won't see me cutting no ribbon for no road and no water. If at the end of 5 years, all I do is road and water, yeah, run me out. I'm saying that. If all I can give you is road and water at the end of 5 years, I'm nothing and undeserving. Hold me accountable like that. Because that is nothing to campaign on. And the electorate class, the elite class should be embarrassed to constantly trick people and bamboozling people. It is the remnants of slavery. It is the magic of incarceration. When incarcerated, they put you in the shoe, solitary confinement. You stay there for 30 days, then they release you into general population and you feel like you're free. That's what slavery has done to black people, to Jamaicans. And so they find this mental slavery, so they deprive you of water and then turn on the water during election and say, water and I'm a pipe, blessed MP. They don't give you no roads, so you walk and you broke your foot and you mash up your tire and everything, then they give you roads that you will see, because I will inform you. When the rain fall down and the floods have passed, all the carpet them lift up. And then you're gonna hear, see, Dave, action and the day of the road did I go nice. Because them build them 3-month road for election gimmicks without proper road solutions. So if that is all you have to give to people in 2025, you're worthless and you're wicked. We have to improve the lives of people, and that's what I'm going to do. There is a formula to improving lives, and I'm sharing it with the people.
Is there a split in Eastern Portland now with JLP and PN? Because it was a very close clash with you and Action. And
when Action and defeated one of our greatest, I'm going to say, youths in Jamaica, Damian Crawford, opulent, great man, educated, how your children are supposed to be. She beat him by 300 votes. To date, it's ironic. I've won and I have not reached Damian's numbers. You see where I'm getting with that?
yeah.
The only thing I did different from Damian is I watched the EOJ and I watched the vote buying. Yeah? Eyes and boots on the ground. That's the only difference. So people were happy that you took down a great man, a black man, a Rasta youth, or a Dreadbrain youth. Outspoken, confident, and they like that. Right, consistent with what they call the patriarchal conspiracy, where on the scale of hegemonic masculinity, the flimsy Bill Gates white man is superior to a black man like me. And I fall on the scale of humanity after a white woman. Broke down that lie. And them vex.
What the phrase? Break the what?
Break the vase.
Break the vase.
Okay, yeah. We mash down that lie. And there are persons who are hurt because their masters have been removed and slavery ended, a liberation of the people, and upset with your brothers and sisters because they say they want better. The split is political lines. when you have an election, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. Am I not supposed to be here to say, Jono, Marky G, lose star, big nose Andrew, oh, that's for Buchanan, most team. You're not going to hear me say that. Because
there had to be a winner.
There had to be a winner. And even, like I said, during the political process, where Andrew go? One Marky G, my leader that. You have to respect the process. He's the prime minister of this country moving forward. And as an opposition member, I will be there to call out the BS, the checks and balances with respect, and may continue the questions of integrity and all of that. But you have to creep before you walk. And we have to get Jamaicans to respect themselves. We have to get the women of this country to respect themselves. We have to get the men of this country to respect themselves. And that way, our children will have something to look forward to. And so even when parents, and this is about the party loyalty, have no respect for selves, and you say, oh, my mother, my father got turned in at them grave, but they were cremated. You do that's how far removed you are from the realities.
Yeah.
And you're just saying these things. We want, and I might have been I'm sure I'm a beneficiary of party loyalty, but as a first-time MP, the next time around, it must be on merit. I want to be judged on merit. That's what my colleagues should want, and should have the ability to step aside if it's something that you cannot manage. Self-benefit is detrimental to the greater good.
I get you. Young people. It has been said that PNP hasn't found a way to captivate the young people and get the young voters.
Lies. The data shows that PNP has the young people, and there's a shift. Here's what's missing. You see what young people doing to us right now? Usher in our interview. William Herpes. But anyway, I put it this way. Young people don't vote. Young people want the motorcades, and young people want the bike shows, and young people want the dance, and young people want the entertainment. And they drink, and they get drunk, and then they wake up tomorrow and they forget to vote. PNP had a lot of young people. Young people are energized, especially young professionals. One of the things about public education is that we don't enough tell people about the historical context. Michael Manley remains the greatest leader in this country. You can't take that away from him. All the bastards around, who itch up from the multiple homes the men in this country would have had, it is Michael Manley that allowed them to be somebody's child. There was a time when you couldn't get your papa name on your birth certificate because you never married to your mother. That one piece of legislation changed the dynamics. So all the bastards that are in parliament, call them mama and papa never did married. They get to benefit from that. NHT, free education, majority of the people, especially the dinosaurs who remain in parliament, benefited from free education. How is it then you don't want a tax-free environment? How is it that you don't want first in family when we should be having free education right up?
But take praise for student loan.
But then you want to take praise for student loan for dumbing it down. That's what I call it. Because how did the people miss the opportunity for young people to get a $500,000 grant to own a home? No, we're going to be stuck with young people saying, where can I get $500,000 to pay down on a house, having voted for the Jamaica Labour Party? I'm not even going to touch the school bus system, because when it plays itself out, And my grandfather, James Samuels Porteous, is a transportation juggernaut. I will let it speak for itself. Yeah. I can tell you that a new car is always better than an old car. It's only when you have a new car you know that. Up to the smell different. Yeah. So once we again with the humanity aspect of it, if you respect human dignity and equality for all, there are some things you would never do. But these things will become apparent as time goes by. And the mistakes and Jamaican people will weep and mourn and the gnashing of teeth that comes with the mistakes that they have made. All I can say is causing young people to wake up. What I would have seen, how the youths were energized. Again, in Portland Eastern, the youth vote came out. They rejected the rum and boom.
Special.
Yeah, they rejected the dance and wine up business. And yeah, there's a time for party and all that, but they want better for their lives, you know. The Jamaican people want better for their life. And if they see a pathway, they're gonna take it. And what I am proposing was not riddled with deception and trickery. And it will speak for itself very soon.
How soon? How soon Eastern Portland can say, yo, Isat Buchanan is here and we're feeling his presence in the constituency?
Oh, they felt the presence. That's why there's a heat wave going on the internet because I'm here and all the things that's bad. But what you would have seen in Portland is an awakening. When you ask how soon, you for yourself in your capacity will be able to come and say, you know, I entered the space and the space is different because the people are progressive. The marker is progression. The people will be experiencing movement. They won't be restricted by borders and lack of farm work cards because the young people is foreign, them want to go. So we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen for those who are entertainers. Just like me, who is a double blast artist who can go up on tour in a Europe and sing 2 songs. They can do it too. I know the way. I know a guy.
Yeah.
Literally. The same thing. We have young people who are very talented in sports. We have the young people who are educated and want to be educated. The transformation of case is something that I'm going to work on immediately. And I know the government will take it on. Whoever does it, you want it done. And that's the type of bipartisan collaboration that's going to be necessary to fix that aspect of it. But you will see it. The progress will come.
Gotcha. Is there anything we wanna ask? Yeah, you know, we do a progress report a year from now.
All right.
A year from now. But anything you want to finish off with?
You know, I just want to say this, that the internet space is entertainment. It's good for TV. A lot of things that's said. I hope persons on the receiving end, I want them to know that don't be offended when people resort to name calling like 5-year-olds. In fact, I think I should use this opportunity to say thank you to my opponents for attacking me in such a way without any facts or anything, because I know that you would have helped me. You would have energized people who don't like bullyism. Bullyism has no place in politics. And for that reason, there are persons who have parents who were convicted.
Like myself.
They have children.
Was
brothers.
exonerated, by the way, for wrongful conviction. Just putting that out there.
But look, for brothers, sisters, spouse, you name it. 5-person remove, everybody knows a convict. Some of them are doing well for themselves. And the kind of attack is one that affects them. So all across the world, there are people who are rooting for me. And the last thing I would say is, for Caribbean integration, I appreciate every single leader that have called me across the Caribbean and have congratulated me and have said, Isat, in a row, 2 years in a row, you've done something extraordinary, and I'm proud of you. It says to me that there is a missing piece in terms of how we connect the Caribbean, because we're just brothers and sisters separated by the water that surrounds us, and we need to be doing more, so that when I turn on the social space, I am seeing Jeffrey in Guyana, in St. Vincent, in Barbados, talking to people who we probably know nothing of, but is doing extraordinary things in the spaces. That's the type of integration that we want, and the social media space is one of the places for it. And I think that's the last thing I'd have to say, is that I have a vision for young people to make use of the freedom of movement in the Caribbean, get the culture shocks that's necessary to make their lives and their cultural experiences better. It will increase the compassion, the empathy, and the understanding to live in spaces with people, and recognize that what you want is the flow of money, because money has no value. And that's it.
Well,
thank you for having me on
people,
your show.
you heard it. Isat Buchanan, MP-elect of Eastern Portland.
No, MP.
Okay, you're MP. Oh, God.
All right.